Días. ¿Cómo están ustedes?
Muy bien.
Muy bien.
Muy bien.
I can see you at least understand English. I don't know if you speak a little bit, but understand. Huh? ¿Cómo están ustedes? Is what? How are you doing? I guess that happy because you are going. Well, you are going to join your ship on the Viking and start your vacation. So, well, today you are in Barcelona. And this is well, a transfer to the terminal, to the pier, terminal A. But before that, we are going to enjoy a panoramic scenic driving, okay, with punctual stops. It's your first time to Barcelona? Maybe most of you? Oh, it's your first time? No? No? Yes. Yes. Some the first time, others not. Well, this is an ideal tour for having just a taste, an overview of Barcelona. And by, let's say, 11:30, 45, we will be there at the terminal A. By the way, my name is Gloria. The driver's name is Jose. Hola, Jose. Buenos días.
Buenos días.
He says good morning to you. And we are going to take you through the main streets in Barcelona, main avenues, and point out from the distance the most iconic building in Barcelona. That is the Sagrada Familia, La Sagrada Familia, by the genius Antoni Gaudí, genius, the most famous architect in Spain. Okay, so now we are about to depart. Please, you should fasten your seatbelt. Look at that, how strange. It's sunny as you can see, but look at this, it's raining a little bit, at least in here. It's a sea, just can you see that? Just there on the right? It's raining a little bit. Yeah, it's rain. Okay, the first one, the largest, is Madrid, the capital of the state. And then the second largest city in Spain is Barcelona, the capital of Catalonia. Catalonia, one of the 17 regions in Spain, one of the most prosperous, located in the northeast of the peninsula, very close to France, the Pyrenees. It's a link between France and Catalonia. And Barcelona, you can say both, Barcelona. And some people say, what is the correct pronunciation? Barcelona. Well, both. Barcelona is in Spanish, in English, in Catalan, which is the local language, which means Barcelona. You know that here in Catalonia, we are bilingual, and since the cradle we speak Spanish, of course, and Catalan too. This is kind of surprise for many people who come here to this area of Spain, Catalonia, Barcelona, and millions of people speak Spanish after English, that is the verbal language. There may be Chinese, Mandarin, Hindi, languages that are spoken by millions of people. After those languages, maybe is Spanish, the next one more spoken in the world. So millions of people speak Spanish, and when they come here to Catalonia, this part of Spain, and they try to read a commercial or a sign, whatever, and find that it's written in another language, which is not Spanish. Wow! It's a kind of surprise. Also, if you see another language which is not the Spanish, it's our local language, Catalan, very close to Portuguese, to Italian, to French. Look at this, is a beautiful square, Frances Marcia. Look at the architecture there on the left. That reminds us a little bit Paris. These buildings are early classic style. Look at the balconies, the road iron balconies, and the rooftops, the buildings. This avenue where your hotel is located, the Hilton, this avenue, the name of this avenue is Diagonal, Diagonal Avenue. As its name indicates, crosses the city, bisects the city in diagonal. It's one of the longest and largest avenues in town. It's about 16 kilometers, about 10 miles. And as I said, in diagonal, from the sea to the mountain, from the east to the west. There is another avenue, street, road that is also as long as diagonal, Gran Via. And Gran Via crosses the city, bisects the city from north to south, Gran Via. Gran Via today is closed to the traffic because today in Barcelona there is an amateur race, 10 kilometers only. And some streets are closed to the traffic, some streets. The race takes place from 9 to 12. So the first time we are going to be driving around. But well, we have streets, we have itineraries, alternative itineraries to Gran Via, for example, parallel. It's only 10 kilometers in a fixed itinerary. Okay, so diagonal, we have Gran Via. This part of Barcelona is modern Barcelona. Is a grid pattern, streets are perpendicular and parallel to the sea. And this grid is bisected by these two main avenues. Gran Via from north to south and diagonal from east to west. This area it's the name of this neighborhood, this area, wealthy area, is Eixample. Eixample means enlargement, extension. And this is the Barcelona that was designed and created when the medieval wall that surrounded the city of Barcelona was demolished. That happened in mid-1800s. In 1854, the local authorities decided the medieval wall had to be demolished and started the construction of this area. Some houses, for example, they were here on the corner. Look, it's a beautiful one. It's that period of time, I mean 1800, 56, 54, 56, so that period of time. Here in diagonal there is a mix of styles, a mix of architecture. This is middle 1800s, the one on the left on the corner. Others, these nice balconies. Look at also the window frames and the door frames. Early 1900s. And there are of course also modern buildings, second half of 20th century. Barcelona, since its foundation, has been a world city. It was founded by the Romans, Barcelona. 2,000 years ago, it was a Roman colony, only 2,000 inhabitants. Not very big, as you can see, only 2,000 inhabitants. But it was a world city with 76 defensive towers, 4 gates, only 4 gates into the Roman city. Now look at on the right hand side, you're going to see one of the streets in Barcelona, very elegant, chic, where you have to come if you want to buy exclusive stuff, exclusive brands. This is Paseo de Gracia, Grace Avenue. Here you find, for example, Chanel, Gucci, Dolce & Gabbana, Cartier, Louis Vuitton. This is kind of Fifth Avenue. But here we call it Paseo de Gracia. Gracia, translated into English, would be Grace Avenue. Grace Avenue. So, 2,000 years ago, it was a world city. And later in the early, Middle Ages, medieval times, 1300s, most of the people, about 40,000 people, were living outside the city walls. So the king decided to erect another wall to protect all the people. These medieval walls were erected between the 13th and 15th century, and these medieval walls have surrounded Barcelona until the mid of 1800s. Look at what a beautiful building on the left hand side. It looks like a medieval castle, you see? It's made of red brick with this alabaster, reliefs in alabaster, also marble. This is Casa Terradas. The architect is Pucci Catafalque. He's an architect contemporary of Toni Gaudi, the same architect as Sagrada Familia. He was a very well-reputed architect, but not as well-known as Gaudi nowadays. Gaudi, Antoni Gaudi, the architect of Sagrada Familia, is the top one attraction in Barcelona. Antoni is the Catalan version of Anthony. In English that would be Anthony, in Spanish Antonio, in Catalan Antoni. And Gaudi, G-A-U-D-I, the family name, Antoni Gaudi, that was born in 1852 in Reus, Tarragona. And he came to Barcelona to study architecture, and nowadays, as I said, is the top one attraction in Barcelona. And I cannot think in any other city where an architect is the top one attraction. There's a lot of tours focused on the figure of Gaudi, visiting their houses, his houses, his sites inside. Maybe Joyce Rice in Chicago, but not many more. Well, and we are going to do that today. We are not going to stop. We are not going to see it close on the Sagrada Familia. It's going to be a passing by. And due to traffic restrictions, due to security reasons, this passing by is going to be always with a block, or a garden between the venue, the basilica, between the venue and the bus, because we cannot drive along just the same street where the Sagrada Familia is located. As I said, this is security, policy security reasons. We have these driving restrictions, but enough for you to see from the bus, a little bit from the distance. This actually on the left, you can already see a little bit. You see the cranes so tall.
Tengo calor, tengo toda la abrigo y la bufanda. Pero tú tranquila, Por salir de casa hacía frío,
Yo cuando salí de casa estaba muy sitiado. Y vivo aquí en el
This part of Barcelona, modern Barcelona, is five times as big as Old Town, 9 square kilometers, more than 500 city blocks, apartment blocks. And the Sagrada Familia is located in one of these plots. Mr. Bocabella was a librarian. He was the founder of an association of devotees of St. Joseph. And he was the one who had the idea of buying a plot and erect a temple dedicated to the Sagrada Familia, La Sagrada Familia, that if we translate it into English, it would be the Holy Family Church. Sagrada means sacred, Holy Familia, family. And who are the Holy Family? Joseph's family. Joseph, Virgin Mary, and Infant Jesus. The Holy Family, Joseph's family. And the temple are dedicated to them, to the three of them. So we are going to, as I said, to drive around. It's going to be a passing by. There will be always a building or a park between, but you will see enough to appreciate a little bit this iconic building. In front of us, maybe the ones on the back you cannot not see, not appreciate it, not yet, but you will see when turning. There is a building with the shape of a bullet. This is a business block. This is the Aqua Tower. It's a business block that was designed by a French architect whose name is Jean Nouvel. It was erected in 2005. It was polemic, controversial at that time because of its shape, a bit phallic, so people didn't like very much. But nowadays, you know, it's one of, I mean, after the Sagrada Familia, of course, the Sagrada Familia is the first icon in Barcelona, okay? Most pictures are from the Sagrada Familia. The second is that tower, Eiffel Tower. Very spectacular, especially when it's dark. It's illuminated by 4,000 LEDs, different colors. Now I went down, it was behind the trees, Swat Tower. 144 meters high, 38 floors, all business, all about business. Okay, now behind this building we have the Sagrada Familia, and we are going to walk to drive around. Look at, you can see a little bit of the cranes. Look at the cranes, they are so tall now. These cranes are erecting 6 towers at the same time. This church, the Sagrada Familia, once finished, will have 18 towers, 18. 12 dedicated to the apostles, 4 to the evangelists, 1 to Mary, and the tallest to Jesus Christ. The ones that are already built are between 100 and 110 meters high. Then there will be the evangelists, will be a bit higher than those. Virgin Mary higher than the ones of the evangelists. And the tallest of all, Jesus Christ Tower. Jesus Christ Tower will be 172 meters above sea level. It will be the highest point in Barcelona. In 2026, when the Sagrada Familia will be finished, because by now it's under construction, still in progress. Now in a minute you are going to see the Passion facade. Is the next block, the next intersection. There is a garden, there is a park. You will see, so it's not very much visible, the facade. The upper part, it's you can see that very well, the upper part, but not the lower part. Now in a minute, okay, you will see there are some stores, because there are already here in Barcelona Christmas market. They are closed by now, because you see it's quite early, not for us, but for the rest of the people. No? It's 9:20. It's leading, it will be. It's Sunday. Yesterday most people were partying, so for a Sunday, not for a working day, but for a Sunday, it's quite early. Look at the Sagrada. Oh, look at that. Look at the towers. Those towers, the 4 towers, are dedicated to 4 apostles. Look at the decoration on the top, Venetian ceramic, bright, colorful. Look at there is a bridge, sitting on the bridge, there is a sculpture in bronze. This is Jesus, represents the Ascension. This is the Passion facade. This facade faces west. West, for Gaudí, symbolizes death, symbolizes the end of life, symbolizes pain, sacrifice. And he wanted this facade to be dramatic, because west is the sunset, and the sun. He wanted a dramatic facade. And what is depicted on that facade are the stations of the cross, the way to the Calvary. So the last days of Jesus. This facade is a modern one. The modern one, I mean, when I say modern, is the one that has been built since 1980s, or 1980s, until nowadays. Actually, just a few months ago, we're finished. I mean, people were working just until few months ago. Now we're gonna see the opposite facade, the oldest one, the Passion. So now in a minute, in a little while, always with a block or a garden between us, between the venue and